Okay, so I wanted to hop on and do a 4-week out update. I was gonna do it on my walk, but it's very windy here and it's really cold and my allergies are bad. So if I sneeze or sniffle during this video, sorry. Anyway, 4 weeks out. So I know, like in my last video, I was a little bit whiny, I feel like, about where I was at. I was struggling. And I really honestly was struggling up until Thursday when I got a refeed. And now I have like all this energy. I feel great. My physique is just like really coming along. I'm super, super excited. Posing is getting so much better. I just love the posing. It is tough. Let me tell you, figure posing it's hard because you are just, that isometric holding is just more intense. There's less transitioning, like there is in bikini. Excuse me. So, I've been practicing really on stamina and being able to be up there on stage for an extended period of time during comparisons. So that's going to be, one of my main focuses over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I get more refeeds because that was amazing. Like, I just feel so good. So hopefully that becomes a more frequent thing. But that'll just go off of, how my physique is looking. And it also helps my coach prepare me for peak week, and how we're going to load with carbs and come into the show and how we're going to look and, what the breakdown is supposed to be like. So I wanted to touch, because I get a lot of messages on Instagram when I post that I'm doing figure, just you're doing figure ? I get a lot of that. And I think I want to address this because I really feel like there's a misconception, and I fell into this category as well because I was afraid to do figure. All of the, not all of it, no, I shouldn't say that. A lot of the girls are really, really big. They have, and I'm not calling anybody out, they have some masculine features. And so I think as a female who wants to maintain their femininity, it can be scary to move into this division. But the bottom line is figure is the same figure it's always been. And if you can call me a liar all you want, but look at Sid Gillian. She's won 6 Olympias in a row. She is feminine. She is balanced. She is not huge. She is not overly, conditioned. She, if you met her, I've met her in real life at the Arnold, and she's not this huge, masculine beast woman. So, as far as genetically speaking, my body type is better suited for figure than bikini. And the reasoning for that is I have a very, wide V taper. I have bigger lats, I have larger upper body. And then the big difference is the glute area. When I am in a bikini front pose, with the side on front pose, I have no shape to my glute on the side. I have a little bit of I'm bigger at the top of my glutes. And so I have a little roundness at the top, but I don't have that cut. Now my back pose where I can push out a little bit, I do have rounder glutes there. But in the front, I lose it. And, my last show, I just was not happy. I was embarrassed on stage. I was unconditioned because I just didn't want to do it. I don't like the posing. I'm not, this sassy, sexy person. I am an athlete. I mean, I'm just not saying that bikini girls aren't athletes. I shouldn't say that. I am a gritty athlete girl. I've been a tomboy since day one. I have played sports. The girliest thing I ever did was cheerleading, and that was in middle school think back to middle school, you're just trying to fit in. I did not like cheerleading. actually freaking hated it. I wanted to be in the dirt. And I'm not saying like, obviously figure is glitz and glam too, but it's a little bit more rough around the edges with the posing and stuff like that. And I just freaking love it. So to answer like everybody's questioning why I switched, that is why I switched. I just don't genetically fit bikini. And even my husband, who doesn't really, he knows about bodybuilding through me. That's as far as it goes, and he's been to my shows. I got off stage and he was just like, you just don't fit. You're not the same as those other girls. Like, honey, you don't fit it. And so that really like hit home with me. And I honestly just love the way that I'm looking. I, can train my quads again. My quads are one of the best parts of my legs. So I get to train that and not try to dumb them down to, make them not, have that quad sweep into my back pose. So that is why I switched to figure. And I think that, my whole purpose in this is bringing femininity back to figure. Let's bring it back to where it was and where it's supposed to be, because I know there's a lot of like physique girls that are coming down to figure now because they think figure is getting bigger. But Sid is still freaking winning. So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. And people can laugh at me if they want to and, say whatever they want to say behind my Instagram post. I really don't care because I love this division and I'm super excited to be a part of it. And I'm feminine and I will remain feminine and I hopefully will do well. I'll do the best that I can. I'm going to bring the best physique on my frame that I can, and I'm not going to worry about what other people look like online, because I think you can, as a competitor, get into that comparison game where you're looking at a 2D photo. You're not at the show to see that person in person. And then, there's all these editing that goes on with photos, and they may look harder and bigger than they actually are. And so I think we can get into that, oh my God, I need to be leaner, I need to be harder, I need to be bigger. And that's not necessarily the truth. So, I'm going to go to my shows, I'm going to get my feedback, and I'm going to work on the feedback that the judges give me. And I'm not going to be, trying to compare myself to anybody else. And if I need a standard to look at, it's Sydney. So that's totally okay with me. So that's where I am on that. What else I was going to say was, I wanted to touch in on refeeding and things like that, because I know from a lifestyle space, you guys might be interested in why we would do something like that. So I want to kind of transition over to, coaching and lifestyle and why I would do a refeed for somebody. So, if we have been in a calorie deficit for quite some time, and I'm talking like months, and, I see, feedback from somebody like their sleep is suffering, maybe their stress level is really high, their body is showing, water retention, not progressing, like they're tired during the day. All of these things would indicate probably time for, to give the person a little bump in carbs. And, generally speaking, for a lifestyle space, I may just say, go ahead and have a cheat meal. But unfortunately, a lot of times what happens with that is, fats don't necessarily have the same effect that carbs may have. So it really depends on the person. But, obviously in the bodybuilding space, we're going to use carbs to fill the physique back out, because that's going to fill the muscles back out. Fats don't necessarily do that. But in a lifestyle space, I may just be like, dude, go have a burger, go have pizza, whatever it is that you enjoy. So it also like helps them relax a little bit and take some stress. Now, I will say it's super important not to go and consume a ton of alcohol. that would not help the situation. That would actually make the situation worse. So alcohol is a poison that you are putting in your body, and whatever you're consuming while you're drinking it has to sit and wait until your body processes the alcohol. So yeah, can they have a glass of wine or a beer or something? Sure, go ahead and have like one. But we do not need to be drinking 4, 5, 6 drinks in a cheat meal when we're purposely trying to ramp the metabolism back up to get the weight loss thing going again. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'm not saying, everybody has to make their own decision with alcohol. So your decision is your decision. And as long as you go into that decision knowing that it will stop your progress at, compounding points, then that needs to be something that you need to be okay with. If you have 1 or 2, it's just going to slow your progress a little bit. So, you have to make that call on that in a lifestyle space. In a bodybuilding space, you better not be drinking. Just like, yeah, my athletes, there's no alcohol in prep. Now, there was one other thing I wanted to touch on. I don't remember what that was. Anywho, that's where I'm at, 4 weeks out, and I feel great. You can tell, like in my mood and my speaking, that my brain is, I can't remember what else I was gonna say, but my brain is functioning a little bit better today than other days, and I feel really, really good, and I am so amped for everything. I'm just so, so excited. I love my coach. She's amazing. Like, I'm learning so much more about bodybuilding and the figure division in general and posing, and I'm all back in again. After my last show, or going into my last show, like I just maybe thought that was the last time I was going to be on stage, but I'm renewed and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to bring my best and forget the rest. So we'll talk again soon. I don't know, next week maybe, or maybe the 2-week out mark, but we've got 3 shows planned. So, 1 regional and 2 nationals, and they're going to be the regional, and then we're going to turn right around and go to Universe. So that'll be a quick turnaround. I'll probably try to update you after the regional show, and then we'll have a couple weeks before Masters Nationals if we need it. So we will see. I'll talk to you later.